welcome to ShareTreck. It is Saturday, 8th of January. It's around 2 o'clock. This is a very, very brief video, maybe at the most 10 minutes, I suppose. I have a few thoughts to share. There is no market action today, so I'm going to share some good news with you just to keep the motivation up. Also, I'm going to share with you a few risks that we have to be aware of, which has not yet impacted the share prices, but they may in the near future. Let's get on with it. So the first bit of good news I have comes from a company called Excision, which is a US-based biotech company, and their focus is on HIV. So what I have read about them is that they have made progress in using CRISPR to cure HIV in animals and are now able to target humans. And they plan to make a once and go kind of once and done kind of a cure for HIV. Excision's goal is to develop one and done treatments for viral infections. In addition to developing treatments for HIV infection, the company is also developing treatments for viruses that cause herpes simplex and hepatitis B infections, which have been difficult to eradicate. So I also checked out their website. So they have this press release on December 2021. So if I click read more here, it says Excision receives FDA clearance of IND for phase 1/2 trial of EBT-101 CRISPR-based therapeutics for treatment of HIV. So they are in the clinical trial phase, and this is a really good development. And we have to probably start looking at keeping close track of this company also as we go ahead. And the next news I have is about a company called Origin. And Origin Agritech, which has a NASDAQ ticker symbol of SEED, is currently in trials to develop new corn varieties that have been genetically engineered to have balanced amino acid content. If these trials are successfully completed, it will validate Origin's next generation methodology in applying CRISPR technology to develop new corn varieties. So in this particular approach, they are not introducing any external DNA, but they are trying to expedite natural mutation and select those mutations which are producing the desired results. So that's another good news. And I also went and had a look at their company website. So as you can see, this is a Chinese company which is based in Beijing in Life Science Park. And according to their website, they are focusing on corn breeds, rice breeds, and cotton breeds. So there's a seed company which creates seeds for all these crops. So that's about what I have regarding CRISPR in the area of agriculture. So here's the tweet I was talking about. It's from a guy called Ibn Kirksey, and he says that a medical tourism company, health2go.com, I have checked the website. It is the actual website. When you click it, it shows you offerings of various treatments. So he says that health2go.com is offering genetically modified babies at clinics in Turkey. Specifically, they are offering CRISPR-Cas9 targeted genome editing. This apparently violates WHO guidelines for human germline genome editing. And he continues with that thread. He says, I reported this website in November 2019 to a member of the WHO Expert Advisory Committee on Developing Global Standards for Governance and Oversight of Human Genome Editing. I was surprised to see the website is still offering CRISPR babies when I recently checked. And this was on 5th of January. So I went to the website and checked. So you can see here it says heal2go/clinic, Dr. Hit, IVF treatment clinic, etc., etc. It says page not found. So the jury is open whether this is a legit tweet or it is fake news or whatever. But this is one risk factor, because if we go further into his tweet, this is exactly, I think he has expressed it quite well. Where is it? Yeah. So here it is, the Jiankui He case. This is the Chinese scientist who did the first designer baby. He says the case shows that commercial medical enterprises risk putting profits ahead of human health as they search for lucrative applications of gene editing in the fertility clinic. Is history repeating itself in Turkey? So that was his question. So the question to all of us is that, industry is known to be very, very aggressive, and they try to shoot first and talk later. So we have to make sure that these kind of things do not happen, and for that we need international regulations which are really strict and tight, especially when it comes to the human germline. We got to be absolutely careful. So that's one risk factor that I wanted to talk to you about. The other risk factor is coming from the documentary I recently watched about Theranos, how Theranos was formed with goal of having a desktop machine which will do thousands of tests with one drop of blood, and it ultimately ended up with its founder going behind the bars, and a few other main officials still under the cloud with regard to future litigation. So it's very difficult to separate fact from fiction, especially in a very high-tech area. And the Theranos example shows that even seasoned industrialists and others can get scammed. So we have to be careful that when we are investing in companies, we do as much of research as possible. And if something seems to be too good to be true, then we have to take extra care before we put our money into it. And as always, investing in smaller amounts is a much easier way to go into it. So these were some of the thoughts I had for the weekend. So once again, these are my personal opinions, not financial advice. I'm just sharing what I have seen and heard and what I think about it, and I would like to have your feedback on what you think. So that's about it. Happy Saturday and happy Sunday. Enjoy your weekend, and wherever you are, have a nice time. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye for now.